recording. Oops. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and you'll see a little something that he wanted to share.
Aww.
If I could figure out how to make it play, that would be nice.
Hey, all, just want to say we won't be able to make it today. Life stuff, plans, whatnot, everything going on at the same time. But unfortunately, we won't be able to jump on and exchange stories, laughter, so on and so forth. We'll just let you know that we're thinking of you, wishing you guys all the best during the holidays. May all your wishes come true, etc. etc. This is just a quick little slideshow that we put together of some of the things that went on during the year. Just wanted to share that with you all. And again, hopefully we can touch base. I know I've spoken with you, a couple of you during the course of the year, off and on. But let's just make sure that we all stay as healthy as we can and keep in touch. All right? Love you all. Bye.
All right. There are some images here. Gabrielle's first day of grade 6. I don't know if you know, but Gabby is an awesome dancer. I have been following some of her successes on Facebook. For those of you who don't know, Gabby's in the back right there. There's Nathan, grade 8. He plays sports just like his daddy. And Gabby's on a horse. Not surprising that his children would receive leadership awards or sports awards.
Yeah.
And of course, they've got personality. She is brave. That's the mama bear, Catherine, for those of you who may not have seen a picture of Kevin's wife before. And there is the family. All righty, that's them.
Nice.
Stop sharing my screen. And who else hasn't gone besides Hyacinth and Yoland? Who am I missing? Tony hasn't gone. Is there anyone else? Okay, Tony, I guess you're up next. Are you there? Oh, Tony's gone. He must have dropped off. So, Auntie Sue, it's back to you.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a whole lot to report. I am not in sunny St. Vincent, and I miss that. I miss the warm weather. I'm freezing my tush here. Have to put on, and Hyacinth, I am putting on several layers of clothes before I go out. Because 1 minute it's 70 degrees, the next minute it's 30. So there. But anyway, I am here in the States. I will be with Kenya them for a while until she kicks me out. Because unfortunately, I have to have quite a few surgeries, and I'm not quite sure which surgeries I'll be doing first, but I ask for your prayers because I need surgery on my feet, and both ankles, and now I have an issue going on with my lungs. So don't know what the doctor will tell me after Christmas, but we'll be tackling those issues. So keep me in prayer. It's good to be here with family. Mouse, you didn't say, y'all, warning, stay off the roads in Florida come February, because Mouse will be driving, not Mouse, the other Mouse, Jordan, will be on the road.
Wow. Nice.
And will be driving soon. I guess Kenya can give her news. We've all been pretty hectic with between school and church commitments and work commitments. Family's been going everywhere. Zircon, I think, might be on later because he was out with his wife. I don't think he'll be able to make it. But he also sends his love. And
Thank you.
as far as I'll let Kenya speak for herself. But as far as some of my Christmas memories, Cherry, you mentioned smells. One of my favorite memories is smelling varnish in St. Vincent. That was always a sign of Christmas because you'll go wild painting and varnishing everything, nice and sparkling and changing the curtains. And that smell always bring back a special memories for me of family and love, and of course mommy cooking all the goodies, you know. And one tradition that I still carry on to this day, and the kids will not let me go through a holiday without making vinaigrette, because just the smell of vinaigrette brings lots of memories, fond memories to them. And speaking of memories and cooking and smells, we talked about it, I think, the last time, a couple of times before we left, but I think it would be a great idea. And I will start off by sending my recipe of how I do vinaigrette. And I certainly would like recorded the black cake recipes, any other Christmas traditions that you might do in your own families. It'll be nice for us to share among each other. And that's it
But
for
it-
me.
If possible, when sharing these recipes, if it's not going to be a pinch of this and a dash of that, because I unfortunately can't quantify that when making or trying to replicate a recipe. So I
Try to guess. We'll try to guess.
quantifiable measurements, please. That's all I'm
Good
saying,
call, Eddie. Good
right?
call.
'Cause
Eddie.
I tried getting mom's recipe for patties, and she was, you just some of this and some of that, and you just know. And I'm like,
That's the Kirton way.
and I'm like, how do
No,
you
that's-
just know? Like,
That's the West Indian way. Wait a
I
minute.
know,
You-
I
You
know.
got both parents that are
I-
island parents. What
I trust.
happened?
I know this is what happened, and I'm extremely Canadian.
But you get to make, once you have the main ingredients,
Yeah, no, I
Eddie,
know, but
once
it's
you
just
know, it's a trial and error. So you put in what you like.
I understand, but anyway, measurements would be greatly appreciated, folks. Is all I'm saying.
Understood,
That's it. That's all I'm
understood.
saying. All right.
I think maybe if possible, video or camera shots. That's all.
That works too. That works too.
You know,
Then
because
we
you know,
can.
bring it up into the modern age, digitize or digitize. Oh,
I have a
boy.
request. I'd love to hear from Anya. Can Anya tell us what she did this year or about a Christmas memory that she has? Suddenly silent.
She's staring at us. Hi, Anya.
Listen, pretty girl, I can't hear your smile. Did you get a new pet in the last year, or did you go to a new grade? Did you have any recitals or concerts recently where you want to play?
Give her time to answer one.
She's speaking, but we can't hear her. I think something's not right because I can see her mouth moving.
So I had
There you
two
go.
Christmas programs, one for school and the other one for church.
Oh,
So I did the school one. I had a speaking part and ukulele, and I was in ukulele club, and ukulele club was able to perform on the Christmas program.
wonderful. Thank you. Is your
Yay.
ukulele at home or is it at school?
I can keep the ukulele.
Oh, you think you might want to play for us later? It's okay to say no. That's okay. I understand. I think your mommy used to put, no, your mommy's mommy used to put your mommy and your uncle on the spot and make them play for us.
Mhm.
You know what instrument your mommy used to play? Yeah, good job. Do you know what Uncle Zeke used to play? It's another wind instrument. Did he play the saxophone? I think it was the sax. Does anyone know what Zircon played?
Yeah, it was
You're
the
right.
sax.
Yeah,
Mhm.
cool. All righty. Is your mommy nearby, Anya? Or maybe we can come back to her later.
Right next to me.
She's right next to you. We can't see her.
She doesn't want to talk. She's
She
tired.
outed her.
It's okay. We love you anyway.
Tell her just wave her hand at us. Yay!
Thanks for giving us a hand. All right. Mom, I think that means you're up next. Jacinta, what's up? What's happened in the last year? Share a memory. The floor is yours.
Oh, I thought I didn't have to talk.
Oh, you don't have to. You can pass.
Anyway, this year has been a very challenging year for me and my family here. I was diagnosed early this year, I think it was in February, with breast cancer for the second time around. And the doctors, it was stage 3 cancer. And so the doctors thought that I should first do chemo so it will shrink the tumor, and then later on surgery will be done. It so happened that I couldn't tolerate the chemo. I just had one session of it, and I had all the side effects you could imagine. And in so much that I had to be hospitalized. My blood pressure was up and you name it, a lot of pain and what have you. So eventually after my hospitalization, the doctors decided we'll go ahead and do surgery. Well, surgery was only supposed to take 1 day, in and out. So they decided they wanted me for observation. I didn't know why. And the St. Rosamond, who was really at my bedside all the time, she could do it. She went home to take care of Peter, who was a few years previously diagnosed with Alzheimer's. But he was at home and I was taking care of him. So she had now me and Peter to deal with. It so happened that I was in such tremendous pain and the doctors didn't know where it was coming from. And they were giving me a lot of medication. Normally, I would refuse any narcotics or anything like that because the most I would take for my pain is Tylenol or Advil. But they're giving me narcotics now. Next thing, I had a heart attack and I ended up in the ICU where I spent 6 days. During that time, I'm living on special time. I was delirious. I was confused. I was on the brink of death. I even asked my daughter if she didn't know how to end my life. But thankfully, I had my prayer group praying for me. And 3 other priests that I know of. And I made it through with the thanks, with and I can't say how much I appreciated my Rosamond. She was there for me. And poor Peter, after I was discharged from the hospital, after about 8 days, I went into rehabilitation for another 3 weeks. And after I was discharged from that, people came into the home practically every day for another 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. So I'm here by the grace of God, and I thank God for all his blessings this year. Meanwhile, while I was in hospital, and Rosamond came to see me every day that I was there, and she had to get caregivers at home to take care of Peter. And one day when she came home, she found Peter outside looking for some switch. And because of his, with Alzheimer's, people, those of you who are not familiar with it, they do not get better. It gets worse and worse. She had to put him in a care facility where he is right now. After my surgery, after I was completely healed, the oncologist refused to do for the chemotherapy. They were planning to do it by mouth. But she said, I saw what you went through, and there's no way I'm going to put you through that again. Because even though it is milder, it is still poison we are putting into your body. So instead, I'm doing radiation, and I am having radiation until the ending of December of this month, every day, except at weekends. And that is very tiring for me. I always feel so lethargic, but I'm still thankful and I'm happy to be here. And I thank all those members of the family who were praying for me. I know Suzette and Noel and other members, Bernie, I haven't seen them here. And I'm so thankful to see all the achievements and all of the youngsters of what they were doing. And even, I must tell you, Rosamond, I suppose you can tell them what you have done this year. I saw that picture with you and some of the awards you got. Anyway, for the Christmas, I will always remember Pussycats baking, the platted breads, apart from the cakes and, they were the puddings and the busyness of the house. But I must tell you, one year, this is when I was just into my teens. I think I was around 13. My parents, Santa Claus didn't come that year. My parents had just bought a brand new house. And we got up and looked under the Christmas tree, and it was bare. But you know what? I remember the food. There was a lot of food and all of the cakes. My youngsters like Suzette and Vernon, Noel, all the people who were born in Aruba got gifts because their godparents brought them gifts. But my parents didn't have enough money that year. But it was a wonderful Christmas. You know, even though we didn't have gifts, because the bigger ones understood, but the littler ones, they had their toys. And of course, I always remembered at Autumn Avenue with Vernon being a big Santa Claus, bringing presents galore. I think he spent half his salary on presents for everybody. You know, buying TVs and this and that, what have you. Everyone was happy. I remember those days. And all the children around. That's it. Thank you, Rosie, for saving my life.
We'll thank God for your life. But
Yeah.
thank you for sharing, Mom.
Thank you, Rosie.
You're welcome. Any questions for Lady Hyacinth?
We're
Yes.
just happy
ladies.
she's still with us.
Amen.
Yeah, but you know something? I displayed a feature I never had. I was calling all those nurses' names.
You here to share any of the names?
I call them witches.
At
With the
least.
bee?
And,
We
you
heard.
know, and other things that I did.
We heard about your alter ego. We heard.
It's colorful.
And the priest had to tell the staff that she's really not like that.
The priest did.
We need a stage name for her.
I was in such pain, you know, and they're pulling me. I felt like they were pulling me apart.
She says it with a smile and a laugh, but it was
I was-
horrid.
Oh boy.
I know, Rosie. Poor Rosie was blowing up my phone.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Auntie Sue.
But we thank God I'm here
Yes,
and I can see love all around me.
amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
You're
you, Roz,
You're
for
welcome.
this idea, even though you've dragged me into it.
Oh,
I'm
I'm glad
glad.
you came along, kicking and not quite screaming.
Oh, I was screaming. I was doing the anti-Hyacinth on drugs.
They had to restrain me. Oh boy.
Oh my gosh,
I was pulling
that's
up
it.
Ivy's.
That's a thought I would have never imagined happening.
Yeah, tell me about it. The
We
restraints
can't
were not
see you,
fun.
Cherry.
Sorry.
We'd rather see you.
There you go.
Sorry.
You could have put your hand down.
Sorry. I had it in my hand.
It's okay, but you just look guilty. See, innocent. We wouldn't have known a thing. I suppose I'm the one who has yet to share. I don't have much to share. Mommy's sharing is a lot of what my sharing would be from my last year. I'll tell you about my memories, which are your memories. They're definitely at Autumn Avenue with Uncle Claus, Uncle Vernon, who had gifts galore for everyone. And Uncle Vernon consistently gave the best gifts. So yeah, I don't doubt that he spent a good portion of his salary. Some of my most expensive presents ever came from him. I remember one Christmas I spent it in Florida at Daddy Bobby and Mommy Pussycat's house in Pensacola. And my cousins, Kenya, Zircon, and Mouse, they had gotten not one Nintendo, but 2 Nintendos for Christmas that year. They had one at their home in Baker and one for Mommy Pussycat and Daddy Bobby's house because they were often there on the weekends. And that was my introduction to Nintendo. And my uncle saw how much I loved this thing that the next year I got a Nintendo because Mommy wouldn't have bought it for me. But my Uncle Vernon, he did. I also remember the baking and the mixing. I have a very vivid image in my mind of Daddy Bobby sitting down at the head of the table with a big bowl between his legs and just mixing and mixing and mixing, being like a little sous chef. I don't know what you call that, a sous baker. Anyway, In my year, what's new? I started a new job. I now work for an organization called Vista, specifically Vista Corporate Solutions. You may know this company as Vistaprint. It's owned by an organization called Simpris, which is international, and they have a ton of businesses under that umbrella. My lovely cousin, who was and still is employed by that company, told me about a job opportunity, and I applied and I got the gig. And they're actually some of the nicest people I've ever worked with. They're not the nicest paying people that I've ever worked with, but the energy and the attitudes, the work environment is all nice. I can say that I feel as if my manager's manager genuinely cares about her staff and people. They were very supportive to me during the time that mom was sick. They granted me time off. I think they could have been a little more supportive, but when I put myself in those shoes, if I had a business to run and I had a department to run, I can't keep a position open for someone forever, especially when that person just started a couple of months ago. So they were definitely gracious in terms of the time that I needed. And they're also gracious now when I need to take time to take mom to an appointment. It's never an issue. And I try to work around it and do my best so that it doesn't impact any of the business. So my new job is a new thing this year. And another new thing, or relatively new for me, is Toastmasters. I think most of you have heard about Toastmasters. Raise your hand if you don't know what Toastmasters is. Great. So I joined Toastmasters a couple of years ago, and last year I decided to start competing in competitions. So there's a picture of me with a bunch of trophies. The Toastmasters year is not a calendar year from January to December. The last Toastmasters year ended in the middle of the summer, and a couple of months prior, I got those awards for 3 different contests that I participated in my Toastmasters club. One was a speech evaluation, another was something called Table Topics, which is impromptu speaking. And the last contest I entered is something called the International Speech Contest, where the winner from that contest is crowned the world champion of public speaking. I did not make it to that level, but it is a new year and I'm going to try again. The contest season has begun once again. I have competed on my club level for this year, and I won 2 of the 3 contests. I won the International Speech Contest for my club, and I also won the Tall Tales contest. Tall Tales is basically telling a story as if it's true. So maybe something like a myth or a legend, and you tell it this bold-faced lie with a straight face. So that's been a little fun. The next level of competition is in January. And I should have been practicing, and I haven't been because I'm excellent at procrastinating, and I don't want to be so excellent at that. And I will practice because I plan to win at the next level and then finally make my way to that world stage. But we'll see. If it's time, it's time. Last year I was really disappointed because I didn't win at the level before that. I got all the way up to the district level, which is the level before you get qualified to go into the international contest. And I placed second. And I thought everything happens for a reason. Interestingly enough, that was the name of my speech, Everything Happens for a Reason. And if I had won and I had to move on to the next level, which would have been that summer, I don't know how I would have done it because mom was ill and I was dealing with her situation and Peter. I would not have had the time to write a new speech because once you win at that level to move on to the next level, you need to write an entirely new speech and of course practice it, and not just practice it, but practice it and get feedback from various audiences so that you can understand how it's received and what works and what doesn't quite work and rework it. So I don't think I would have been able to move forward in the way that would have been most optimal. So I didn't have that opportunity. Kind of like Kim talked about embracing challenges and knowing that sometimes bad things happen for your good. It's okay, I'm embracing it. I don't think I have much else to share. One person in particular said that she didn't want to sing any Christmas carols. Is there anyone here who does want to sing Christmas carols?
Was it?
Noel
Yes,
just
mother.
came on. Noel is signing on.
Oh, wonderful.
Was man.
Yes, mother.
Yeah. I would like you to speak to the ladies about the genealogy testing.
Oh, okay.
So, but before you do that, because we're gonna change subject, I really need to comment on your whole Toastmaster experience and journey. Because I remember when you were a little girl, I first listened to you tell a story. I want to say it was Central Park or some park, or Byron's Park, whatever, one of those parks in New York. Do you remember that? And you always had this skill of yours to tell a story and to
Thank you.
face an audience, even as little as you were then. And I have to say, even listening to you today, I have seen the growth in your speech, in how you present yourself, in how you lead an audience. And I think all of that came as a result of your Toastmaster training. So I'm so proud of you, Roz. Whether you win the world championship or not, you're a world champion to me anyway. So I'm really
Thank
very
you.
proud of you.
Thank you, Marcia.
And don't
I
knock
second
yourself for
that. I second
procrastinating.
that.
Yeah, don't
Thank
knock
you,
yourself
Jerry.
for procrastinating, because you actually, I think I have a similar trait. You actually function much better under pressure than when you have a lot of time to prepare. So it's a nice balance.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to find a way to harness that pressure when I have more time. So, the pressure makes me do well, but if I had more time, then I do even better. Mom asked me to talk about genealogy. So there is genetic testing that can be done. There are a variety of genes that are indicative of increased risk of breast cancer. Mom had some testing. Because of her testing, I also had testing. I do not carry the BRCA1 gene that you may have heard of, but we both have another one. I think it's called BRIC, BRIC1, and that leads to an increased risk. What does that mean for me? Not much, I think, other than knowing that I should be vigilant and that I should get my, what are those things called? The exams. The breast
Mammogram.
exam. Yes, thank you. Get my mammogram yearly, and my oncologist recommended that I get an MRI in addition to that because of that gene, just so they can have a closer look. So those of you who are hearing that share genes with me or Mom or Auntie Sue, I advise you to look into testing and see what that's like. Testing can be expensive, but there are some instances in which you may not have to pay for it. Because of Mom's diagnosis, I didn't have to pay for my testing, but just be vigilant. Do your part to catch what you can early or to avoid things. I've seen something in the news recently about relaxers. None of the ladies on this call here currently have relaxed hair, but all of us did at one point in time, except I don't know if you did, Auntie Sue. I've never seen your hair relax. I've seen it with like a Jerry curl or an S curl. So there are lawsuits now in relation to chemical hair relaxers causing cancer. There are a ton of things in this world that are toxic and we haven't been told. So I would just encourage us to be mindful and to educate ourselves and to make smarter choices moving forward.
Can you send me the names of those genes again, just so I can have it?
I
Because I
will.
know when I did the ancestry testing, I also did DNA testing last year, just for like health genetics. I did like 23andMe. So that was a real eye opener. So I already saw like cancer traits are higher. So I already know like, with that and all that. So I was like already just precaution, like make sure you get tested, things like that. What else runs in the family that I need to be aware of? Especially like I know Josh has migraines, I have migraines, Naya's now getting migraines, and that's genetically, yeah, mine's are really bad. It gets to the point I can't take over the counter pain medication because I have a high tolerance for that now. So yeah, just learning more about that kind of stuff is definitely important. So yeah, please let me know what those names are, because by the end of today I'll forget.
I will. I'll find my report and share it with you.
All right, thank you.
So
Welcome.
Kayla,
Mhm.
regarding the migraines, because I suffered from migraines for a long time too when I was younger, and everybody's reasons for it are different. But what I discovered after doing 101 different tests what I discovered my reason was not eating on time. I used to just, I can go like for hours and not feel hungry, but it affects you, it affects the head later on. So, you know, maybe that's something you should think about. And, you know, consider making sure you're eating on time, you know, on a, you know, at least 3 meals on time. Don't let too much time go by. That
I'm
may
not
be,
hearing what you're saying,
it may be
Annie.
your issue, I don't know.
No, I'm leaving. You said cleanliness on our way.
Hi, Uncle Noel.
Hi, can you
How
hear
you
me?
doing?
Okay.
You're
But
looking
I'm-
black and white. I want to
but-
see you in color.
But I gotta leave now though.
Oh. Well, can we see you for a moment?
I'm trying to see how I could do that.
Okay. Maybe there's an option at the bottom of your screen that says show video. Do you see anything that looks like a video camera?
Chat participants, share screen, record, reactions, no.
Well, that's okay. We'd love to see you, but at least we can hear you. Do you want to share a Christmas memory or tell us about something that happened with you this year? Any new developments?
The development health issues, you know, but I don't want to get into details. Bouncing back from, you know, what unpleasant experience that I had.
Well, I'm glad you're bouncing back, Uncle. It sounds like you guys are going out. Do you have plans today?
Yes. We were supposed to go out, and I just remember that this was on us out most of the day. We came in and we had to leave again. Okay, so just want to say hi to everybody and
happy birthday, Dad.
Thank you in advance.
Yes, your birthday's in 2 days, right? On the 20th?
Yes, on the 20th.
Well, happy early birthday to you, and thank you for making time for us. I'm sorry we don't get to see your sweet face.
Well, I don't know what's wrong, because I came on when I signed on, but then the picture just disappeared. Let me
Well,
see.
we're glad
If you can see the mute button, if you can see the mute
there
button,
it
there it is. It's next to the mute button.
It's on now?
You're looking good in red.
We can see you now, yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Auntie Arlene. And now you're gone.
How are you?
I'm gone again?
There you are. Hi.
Eileen,
Good,
yes.
thanks. How are you?
Hi, sis. How
Kaden,
are
say
you?
hi.
Hello, good. Nice to
Oh,
see
yes.
you. Nice to hear from you both.
Kaden,
Oh,
say
yeah,
hi.
Kaden. Oh, that's cute.
Hi.
Kayla, and in a long time I haven't seen Kayla or heard from Kayla. Hi, granddaughter.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
How are you doing?
Okay. And
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry,
I
guys.
see Cherry is on. You know, I spoke with Cherry earlier
That's
today.
not Sherry, that's Hyacinth.
Cherry.
Oh, I'm
SVG.
sorry.
I'm Eisen.
Yeah. The matriarch.
You're gonna
And the
look like
patriarch.
Here's Sherry. No, here's Sherry in the corner over here.
Oh yeah, there's Cherry now. Hi, Cherry.
You know, Noel,
Yeah.
you remember when I was small, when we were really little, we used to think when Daddy and Mommy die, James and Patsy will be the father and the mother. And when James and Patsy died, it would be you and I, and we are now.
Here we are. Here we are.
The patriarch.
And that happened in order too, eh?
One out five.
Marcy looks good. She's here, but I don't see her. In the same little island. I guess she's up in the woods, in the mountains, and whatever. Or on
She went to bed.
Uncle Noel, don't feel bad. I get the same treatment. Okay?
Good treatment, eh?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She loves her gardening.
Oh,
So that's
nice.
what she's doing most of the time.
That's good.
It's okay.
The apple
I'm
doesn't fall.
gonna get her today.
The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
We're going back tonight, so I'm gonna get some Marcy time.
Yeah, we're going to, what are we going tonight? The lighting or whatever, I'm not sure. I just go.
You're a smart man. Just get up and go.
That's right.
Ask no questions.
Roger looks great. And Eddie looks great. Yes, Eddie, don't blink your eyes.
Sorry, I was on mute. Thank you. How you doing,
Okay.
Uncle Noel?
I'm okay.
Yeah,
Praise the Lord.
that's it.
Yeah,
A day at a time, all we can do.
one day at a time.
Yes.
Huh? Okay, we gotta leave. Sorry, so my ride is here, so I gotta go.
Well,
Okay.
enjoy your birthday.
Yes, I'll try my best.
Hayden, come say hi.
Everybody
see you.
enjoy the rest of the
Thank
day.
you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you. I'm signing out. God
Bye.
bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I think Eddie was trying to get Jaden to say hello to us.
He did.
He's occupied right now. I'm
Oh,
trying
that's
to.
okay. So I don't want to take up your whole Sunday. Is there an
It's also
interesting
Kim's
Christmas?
birthday. Kim's birthday is also on Tuesday, the same day with Daddy.
Happy
Happy
early
birthday,
birthday, Kim.
Happy birthday.
Oh, boy.
Happy birthday, Kim.
Happy birthday, Kim.
Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Ooh.
Thank you. I love you guys
Birthday,
too.
Here's the baby again.
You are so cute.
Say hi.
Hi.
He's a big
Hi.
boy now.
He's getting so
And he
big.
can speak.
Yes.
Are you looking forward to Santa coming this year?
Or are you asking you looking forward for Santa Claus? Oh boy.
No, he doesn't know.
No, he's running towards the tree and presents.
Tree.
And
Oh,
something.
Well, you did mention Santa Claus.
It's the magic word, do this or else. If you don't pick that up right now, Santa's not coming. Christmas
Yep.
is canceled. Oh gosh.
Is there anything else anyone would like to share?
So who's singing the carols?
Oh, we were all going to sing them. We can sing. Are you guys ready?
Look at Micaiah's face. That's how I feel inside.
All right. So would you like to pick a song? So what I did, I found a YouTube channel that had a few songs posted where they have the music and they also have the lyrics in case we didn't know the lyrics. The songs are Silent Night, Away in a Manger, The First Noel, Oh Come All Ye Faithful, Oh Holy Night, and We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Anyone want to sing any of those? We can pick one and be done with it.
I have a question.
Yes, dear.
There is a Christmas song Mom used to sing, but she used to sing it in Dutch. Auntie Hyson, do you remember it?
It was like a Santa Claus song.
I can't remember, but that when she said Christmas Carol, I was thinking of it, and I thought everybody else did it. But Mom we sang it in Dutch, and now I don't remember it. So carry on. Just don't sing Holy Night, okay? No, don't do that to my ears. Thank you. And I won't want to do it to you.
What about I Wish You a Merry Christmas?
That sounds good. Wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Okay. We can do that. Sounds like a plan. All righty. I will share my screen and we can sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas.
All right. I'm ready.
Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us something important. Oh, bring us something important. Oh, bring us something important. And spring is right here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Any requests for a different song?
Well, I never knew it was To You and Your King. I always thought it was To You and Your King.
Ah,
King. What do you know? Who knew?
lyrics can do.
I knew.
I didn't know.
You
I
would
knew.
know, Kayla. You would.
I was in a choir for a while. I knew.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Any other song requests, or has that met your need for Christmas caroling? I think we're good.
We're
You're
good.
too funny.
I'm happy to, but some people don't seem to enjoy it.
We're just messing with you.
You know, Roz,
Yes, love.
I just remembered that Auntie Sue and Auntie Shirley, especially Auntie Shirley,
Mhm.
would read or tell us the story about what's that guy? Scrooge. Auntie Sue, do you remember? Because it used to
Ebenezer Carol. Oh,
yes,
no.
Ebenezer
I know the
Scrooge?
story of Scrooge, but
but you don't
I,
remember. Well, definitely Auntie Shirley and maybe Uncle Vernon, but they would turn off the lights and it would just be so scary. This is when I was back in St. Vincent, where I am now. But yeah, that was a Christmas memory. Carry on.
That's an appropriate memory. You know, it's called A Christmas Carol, so that makes sense.
Yeah, but it just reminded me of and then I saw the movie, the original one. And now I'm remembering stuff. Another Christmas memory. Every year when my girls were young, I would take them to see the Nutcracker. We'd find different versions of it. To this day, they do that. At least so they tell me. So at least Kristen does. I don't know about Katie.
Anybody making sorrel or ginger beer or mauby or
Well, we
Sinead.
have more that Marcia has done.
Macaroni pie.
Oh yeah.
every
that
Sunday.
sound like some Trini pie. That was
Yes.
not a Vinci accent.
The macaroni pie. It's a macaroni.
That sounds Canadian. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you make a good macaroni pie, Eddie?
I could throw down.
So
Macaroni
what kind
pies.
of cheese do you put in your pie?
I'm sorry?
What kind of cheese do you put in your pie?
Combination marble, some marble, orange cheddar, and like a mixed shredded cheese. But I also like to grate some coconut into it and make it with a little
Ooh.
coconut milk. So yeah,
Coconut.
Yeah. yeah,
Gotta try that.
Yeah.
Never
Eddie, what
thought
else
about
do you
that.
cook?
yeah. Or
Eddie, that sounds wickedly good.
yeah, coconut
And
milk
we
with the
include
macaroni.
that in the
Yeah.
recipe.
Yeah, coconut. Well, I'll give you guys measurements. You see, it'll be a recipe. It won't be a pinch of this and a dash of that.
Send us some
1 cup.
measurements.
No, we're the metric.
I
We're
think
the
I want to
metric up
try.
in
I
Canada.
think I want to try that for Christmas with the coconut milk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coconut milk works, man. Coconut milk works. A substitute for milk. Okay. Yes. Sure.
What else do you make well, Eddie?
No, I'm not. I'm not so. I'm more on a grill.
Ribs.
Yeah, ribs.
Barbecue guy.
Hey, we have a family cookout. It'll happen. It's just a matter of figuring out
Much like the
figuring
Ottawa
out
for
the
July.
logistics. I don't want to. I know. I know. So let's just
Don't get me started.
let's enjoy the time. We'll figure it out. It'll happen when it's meant to happen. Okay. That's the way I see it.
Okay.
All right.
No, you've been very quiet. Anything else you want to share, or is there anything that you make well that you're going to contribute to our little recipe collection?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't cook,
No.
Charles? You do cook.
Oh, I cook all the time, but it's American food.
We can rock with American food.
Just my mac and cheese is usually the thing, and just of course, living up to the name, got to put like at least 3 pounds of cheese in there. So that's how it goes.
Kim, did you want to say something? Maybe not. So I did something recently in terms of cooking that I really like that I hadn't done before. Trying to see if I can mute Kim. I don't think she means to be talking, but maybe I can. Anyway, I roasted garlic. I don't know how many of you have roasted garlic before, but it was my first time. I basically put the garlic in some foil and put it in the oven for a couple of hours, and it was absolutely amazing. And the other thing I did was saute some onions very slowly. Like I've sauteed onions until they've been translucent, but I'd never sauteed onions on low before for like an hour until they turned into this very soft, buttery amazingness. And there are two things that I don't understand why I just learned about like in the last month, but I love it and I think it elevates everything. So should you need garlic or onions in anything, I would highly recommend that you try roasting your garlic and slow sauteing your onions.
Roz, I know all about that roasted garlic. I do the same thing. It's heaven.
It is heaven. Why didn't you tell me about this, Jerry?
I thought maybe it was Kristen I told, but it takes the texture of the garlic. It's like butter.
It is.
And you just spread it on, and the taste is even more.
It's phenomenal.
But I didn't know about
what I just discovered, Rosie, thanks to Hyson telling me to put garlic in my barrel, because we don't think the garlic sometimes we get in St. Vincent from China is genuine garlic. So I had 2 big 5-pound bags of garlic, and to keep them from spoiling, what I did, I peeled all of them and put them in a big jar, and I put olive oil, rosemary, chives and stuff, and just stored it in the refrigerator. And anytime I'm seasoning food or anything, I just take a couple of spoons of that, put it in my food, and it makes excellent seasoning.
Wonderful. That's a good tip. Thank you.
Yeah, you can grate the garlic and freeze it too if you put garlic in your food. I already have garlic on deck in the freezer right now for ready to go, because you put garlic in everything pretty much.
Right?
You could put it
exactly.
It's good to have it on deck.
I second that. I married a Puerto Rican, so they make a lot of their seasonings from scratch. Sofrito, all those things. So mincing garlic, storing it. We have like their base seasonings that they put in everything, which is sofrito. It's like cilantro, garlic, onions, peppers, salt, pepper, like olive oil. I have recipes where we make it by the batch, and we store it in the freezer. So we have that seasoning ready to go for like 2-3 months on end. So it's really, really worth it, instead of always having to buy like ground seasonings to season and cook with.
Sounds like Kayla's going to be sharing a sofrito seasoning recipe with us.
I have a bunch of recipes, but it's mostly American or Hispanic recipes.
That's okay.
It's okay. Share them all.
That's who we are.
Yeah, it's like I'm known as, at least for my in-laws, I'm the one that they come to for all the baking and all the sweets. So I already have like a list of things that I have to start getting ready for this weekend coming up for Christmas. It's like flan and flancocho and cheesecakes and apple pies, and I gotta be sitting here slaving and making those things from scratch. So
your family is blessed to have you.
Yeah, they know.
Well, Kayla, I would love to see your flan recipe for sure, because I love flan.
I'll send it.
Yeah, and I discovered, thank you, Marcia, that I can freeze my juice okay, this is like duh, but Marcia told me, like my helper makes a lot of fresh juices from the fresh fruits we have here, right, Auntie Sue? And the thing is, though, it's just me alone, so sometimes it's too much and it ends up wasting. So Marcia told me that what she does is she freezes it and then puts them into a bag, And then when she wants like a cup of, I don't know, what was it? Golden apple. She'll take out like a couple of cubes and there she has it. Now she can doctor it to the way she wants it. So that's a good tip. Thank you, Marcia.
You're welcome. That actually came from Daddy. When we were kids, we would make passion fruit. He would freeze the passion fruit juice in ice cube trays. And so just make them and you put them in a Ziploc bag and you freeze it because passion fruit is quite acidic. So you might not want to drink, make a whole jug at once. So he would just take out a few cubes and make just whatever you need for that day or a couple of days. So it's a good way to keep it lasting. You can do it with any fruit, anything, you just don't sugar it and make it final. You just put the raw juice in ice cubes and freeze it.
Thank you.
I did send a black cake recipe in the WhatsApp chat. I'm not sure who's missing from that WhatsApp chat, but Roz, I'm sure you can forward it on to who else might need it. So that's the recipe that I currently use, which is a combination of anti-hyacinth, mommy, and a friend of mine's. It works. So give it a try. Who wants to be ambitious? It is an ambitious undertaking.
Guinness in yours?
What's that?
Do you put Guinness, stout?
No, I use any kind of red port type of wine, a brandy. I tend to use cherry brandy and rum, white rum. So and the measurements are all in there.
I was
But I don't use
I was
Guinness.
about to say measurements. You see,
Yes, it's in
the
the
family.
it's in the text.
Look,
It's
this
in
is
the
a perfect
text.
example of measurements right here.
Yep. It's in
Right
it.
in front of you.
You need measurements, otherwise it could end up being anything at the end of the day. Now, the
know.
only thing I would tell you, you could put as much rum as you can handle, but that is typically so it doesn't taste too bitter. It tastes just right.
Okay.
But if you really love a lot of rum, I suppose you could put more if you like. Yeah.
Or soak it after.
Okay.
Mommy
Yeah.
Pussycat used
Well,
to
yeah,
soak it.
it tells you that. So you leave a portion back for as soon as you take it out the oven, you put some, you add some to kind of get it soaking afterwards. Yeah. My mom does it. She soaks a little bit over a period of days. I just pour on a cup one time and just rotate it, turn it back and forth over a couple of days. Everybody have their own style, but you definitely need to add some of the liquor to the cake once it comes out of the oven. So happy baking. Whoever wants to try, let us know if you did try it and how it turned out.
So Roz, when you get all these recipes, are we gonna put them into a book format?
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
I think so. I think it would be a nice book, and maybe since Candy has it in on Amazon, she might be the one to publish it. I'm just saying. I'm not hearing anything from anyone. What is
Well,
y'all
Candace
leaving me
isn't
out
here
on
to
that?
talk about her publishing knowledge or.
No, that wasn't it. I
Oh.
was just saying, if you're gonna put it in a book format, how are you going? Okay, take that off the table. Sorry, never mind. This is me stepping back from the conversation.
We can talk about that later if you'd like.
No, I don't, but we're good.
Oh, okay. Anything else anybody else would like to share today? All right, well, I found a simple prayer online that I will read to close our meeting. I had wanted to have a prayer from a little pastor that I know, but I didn't get a chance to ask her in advance. Is Anya around, Auntie Sue?
Don't even see her. She might be in her room.
Oh, that's okay. I had wanted Anya to lead us in prayer because I think she's a little prayer warrior in the making, but she's not available and I didn't get a chance to ask her. So I'll read to you what I found. Dear Heavenly Father, love brought Jesus to earth, and love brings us to this not quite Christmas table, but Christmas family Zoom event. Today, as we share in this holiday, may we also share with one another a joyful heart and a warm smile. May this Christmas season be filled with kindness, and may the memories of today warm our hearts for years to come. In Jesus' name, amen.
And
I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for taking the time to share with us. I'm so sorry that more people couldn't join us, but I suppose this call would have been ridiculously long if we had many more people. Thank you for your time. I love you all.
Love you all. Thank you, Roz.
Everybody.
Great
Thank you
job.
so much, Roz, for taking
everyone,
the initiative to do this and
My
to
pleasure.
try to keep the family together, because I think we definitely, with the original matriarchs gone, we tend to drift away. And this is an excellent idea. And I do wish that the family will get closer. So I appreciate your efforts and everybody else who assisted you in this effort. I thank you.
I appreciate you all for showing up. Thank you very much for saying all of that, Auntie Sue. I appreciate you.
All right.
Well, have a
Love
great
you.
Christmas, everyone. See you soon, Cherry.
Send me
Guys.
pictures
Where's
of your
Cherry?
yummy food and the baby
Cherry's
with their
gone.
presents.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Everybody, have a great day.
Bye.
Give
Take
your
care.
families our love, whoever wasn't there. I'm sorry I didn't get to see Uncle Hollis.
No, I told
Give him
him
my
like,
love.
when I'm with him next, we'll try to do a video or something.
Oh, that'd
alright?
be nice.
Okay, I'll be there. I'll be there boxing.
Good. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Take
I
care.
love
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye. Love you all.
Bye.
Love
Cheers.
you all too. Bye.